This couple is leaving their home when they find a beggar sleeping on their doorstep. The beggar wakes up startled when he hears them shouting at him, the couple questioning what he is doing at the door of their house. And the woman asks him to wait, because she has a surprise for him. The woman then comes right back, throwing a bucket of water at him. The beggar gets scared and runs away, while the couple still complains about him. Moments later, the husband asks if his wife has received all the rent money. She explains that she has received most of it, but that she has a tenant who is 2 months behind. The husband says that this is not his fault, and that the wife needs to solve it. And the wife tells him that the next day she will charge the tenant again, and that the husband can rest easy about this. Meanwhile, the street dweller remembers how he was humiliated by that couple. It's a life he has always lived since he lived on the street. A month later, the woman was walking down the sidewalk when 2 thieves suddenly approach and take her purse. The woman starts screaming for help, when the beggar who saw everything goes after the thieves to retrieve her purse. The woman, however, thinks that he was one of the thieves, and that he was at the door of her house watching her. She goes home desperate. Her husband realizes this and questions what happened. Then she tells him that she was robbed, making her husband even more worried. The wife says that they took her purse, and that it was a thief who took her purse and ran away. The husband asks if everything is okay with her. The wife replies that she is fine, but her purse is gone, and tells him that all the tenants' rents were in that purse. The wife still has something else to tell about the robbery, and tells that the beggar who stands at the door of their house, he was one of the robbers, and she is sure that he was watching her. Someone rings their doorbell at the same moment, and the wife says she will see for herself who it is. And the husband, who is left alone, hopes that he doesn't even find the beggar, otherwise he will end up taking revenge. Meanwhile, the woman finds the beggar on the other side of the door, and starts accusing him of stealing her purse. But he tries to explain that he didn't do anything of the sort. But the woman doesn't even let him explain, saying that she saw him together with the 2 thieves. He begs the woman not to think that of him. When the thieves were going through the purse, the beggar came running past them and managed to get the woman's purse. But the thieves didn't let it go unnoticed and went running after him. The beggar then managed to hide the bag under a car, and ran away from the thieves again. But while running from them, he tripped and fell on the ground, and the thieves beat him. The woman is then incredulous to realize that all the money was in the bag. And the beggar explains that he is not the type of person to steal other people's things. Even though he lives on the street, he knows that he once had a home and a mother who took care of him, but unfortunately she passed away. And that his mother even looks a bit like that woman. His mother taught him many things that he knows today, and one of them is not to steal anything from anyone. And he still apologizes to the woman for her having drawn these conclusions about him. The woman, who is left alone, feels very sorry for having blamed him, when in the end he had helped her. As she enters the house, she remembers how badly she and her husband mistreated the beggar at the time he was lying on the ground in front of their house because he had nowhere else to lie. They had no empathy at any time, and only humiliated him. When she enters the house quietly, she leaves her purse on the shelf, now looking as if she has the weight of the guilt she carries. After this, she approaches her husband on the sofa, inquiring about one of the houses that is not yet rented. Later, the beggar is in the square watching the sky. When the couple parks their car near him, the woman greets him politely, saying she was relieved to find him, as she had been looking for him. She then takes the moment to say that she wants to apologize to him, but he says that she doesn't have to do that. But she continues to ask forgiveness for the way she treated him, for having thrown water on him, and she knows that she was very unfair to judge him by his appearance. He answers that it's no problem, because people always do that to him, and he's used to it. The woman says that she would like to be worthy of his trust, and asks him to trust her. He is hesitant to answer this, but she says she has something good for him, but needs his trust, that he can get in the car with her and her husband. But he remembers when he was mistreated by her husband, And the woman says that they are there to redeem themselves, and she doesn't want the beggar to have this image of them, and asks if he can get in the car, because she has a surprise for him. So the beggar accepts in the end, and gets in the car after the woman opens the door for him. Then after everyone is in the car, the husband starts the car to get out of there. Minutes later, they arrive at a place, but the beggar has no idea what he is doing there, but has decided to trust that couple who are trying to redeem themselves. So when they enter a clothing store, the woman asks the saleswoman to get clothes that the man can wear. The couple goes out of their way to apologize, giving him new, comfortable clothes. He is quite emotional and accepts all the gifts, without question, for he knows how hard it is to live on the streets and not even have anything to wear. Then after getting some clothes, he goes to try them on in the changing room, while the others are waiting. Later, he leaves the fitting room with the clothes on his body and a new shoe, something he hasn't had for quite some time, since he lost everything. Then after paying for everything, they say goodbye to the saleswoman and leave with the man wearing new clothes. At the couple's home, the woman also offers him a plate of food, so that he could eat. And after all that day, in the end the couple took him to one of the houses they rent. After he sits down, the woman says that from that moment on, he will not sleep and eat on the street, because that room is his. The man cries emotionally as he embraces, wishing God to bless them after all the help he received from the couple,